broken promise, the ground breaks open, love falls through the cracks. And I've got a few of my own. I've got a few of my own fall line, running under my life, running under my life. I'm alone here, I play the odds, dear, I go where I please. Down below, the man I know might not be me. And I've got a few of my own. I've got a few of my own fall lines, running under my life, running under my life. On the high wire, above the wildfire, an old acrobat. A faulty table still is able not to fall flat. But I've got a few of my own, and I've got a few of my own fall lines, running under my life, running under my life.
Hey there, folks. Going to be Guitar Lesson for Fault Lines by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers off the Hypnotic Eye album, their finale album by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. This has always been one of my favorite tracks. I really, really love this one. Of course, if you know the song, you know I'm not doing the Heartbreakers arrangement. I've really slowed it down. I've made it an acoustic ballad. I tried doing it different ways on acoustic guitar. This is a fast, hard-rocking song, and it just didn't sound right to me. So I decided, let me just do it a different way, a different arrangement. So I've done it this kind of acoustic, folky way that I think maybe Tom, perhaps if he'd done this unplugged later on, might have done it something like this. Perhaps. We'll never know, I guess, sadly. But it's a great track, Fault Lines. I also think the words, the lyrics are so powerful that slowing it down and highlighting that also, you know, there's a purpose there as well. So anyway, let's get into this. I have the guitar in standard tuning. I am using a capo on the 4th fret. Now, even though I've changed the arrangement, the chords are the chords, or similar to the chords, the Heartbreakers. I'm never going to say I'm exact, but similar to what they're playing on the record. So in other words, you can play along to the record with what I'm going to give you here. Obviously, you just have to speed it up or play an electric guitar or whatever you want to do. But I'm going to give you my lesson for this kind of a folky acoustic ballad arrangement. So we're just going to start with an E minor. I'm going to call the chords with the capo on 4. There's not many chords. This will be a quick lesson. So really, I guess I would call this beginner level. I'm not sure. I'm not going to teach the finger picking since the Heartbreakers aren't doing that. Just, you know, my own way, and you can do it your way. But we're going to start with that E minor. Then we're going to go to a C. So a C, C major, of course. Back to E minor. Back to C. E minor. Just that same pattern. Now we're going to go to a D. So I've got a few of my own. So on the D, I'm actually playing a D over F sharp. You can see my thumb grabbing the F sharp. And I'm also leaving the high E open, so I guess it would be a D sus2 over F sharp. I think that's what you would call this. But it's a D, basically, a D to a G, regular G, just a 3-finger G, then D over F sharp, to a G, back to D, to a C. I'm just adding the G bass note to C, G. Running under my life. Of course, back to the E minor. Running under my life. Then it all repeats. C, and then back to E minor, then C, back to E minor, all repeat, then to that D. I've got a few of my own. G, back to D over F sharp. I've got a few of my. G, D, C, running E minor, my life. That's really it. That's all the verses. That's everything except the little kind of slow down part. And what I'm hearing, at least what I'm playing, is a nice diminished chord. So something like this, right? So what I'm playing, at least here, I assume Mike's playing that on electric guitar, something like that. But whatever. What I'm doing is what I call an E flat diminished 7th chord, but it's a diminished chord on the 1st fret, in case you don't play these. It's a 4 and 2. On the 2nd fret, the 3 and the 1. So 4 and 2 and 3 and 1. Very classic diminished shape. It's a little tight with a capo, but and I'm going to start with the open A and just do it 3 times, just down all the strings slowly, kind of. And then it resolves to this E minor with the high F sharp, the 1st string, E string at the 2nd fret, the F sharp note. I forget what that's called, but an E minor with that high F sharp, right? And that's it. That's all basically there. And then you're back and then I just start strumming or playing an E minor. Then you're back to the C. On the highway, above the wildfire, an old acrobat. E minor. Return to C. A faulty table still is able not to fall flat. E minor. Now we're going to take it to a D over F sharp. I've got a few of my own. G. Back to D over F sharp. I've got a few of a G, D, C. Running under my life. E minor. Running under my life. That's Fault Lines, folks, by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, the Judge Timbers arrangement. I know it's different than the album version, so I usually don't do that. But again, on this one, I thought it just made sense. And I'm still giving you all the chords, the way you can play it. And you can just voice it on electric guitar or whatever you want to do, how you'd like. But that's Fault Lines. Thank you so much, folks, for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you all next Saturday night, I hope, with another Tom Petty lesson. Of course, during the week, I'll have some Beatle-related lessons coming out, maybe some original songs thrown in there. I really appreciate you watching and your support. Take care. I'll see you soon.